Yo, peep these patch notes.
Assassin's Creed Shadows got pushed back. I don't know if anybody here is shocked by this.
No surprise.
Nope.
But
No surprise
yeah,
there.
they got pushed back. And then I think Enigma dropped today that there was some news that they also reclassified the main character Sasuke. Is it Sasuke? What's his name?
Yusuke.
Yusuke. Yusuke. That now he's no longer a samurai. He's now just like a fighter,
warrior capable of fighting.
A warrior
100.
capable of facing 1,000 enemies.
Yeah.
Like, so the problem with Yusuke, from what I understand, his history is kind of muddled. They don't really have like a good, clear understanding of what they wanted to make him in the game, and then there was just so much infighting about.
I think a lot of
Black
this
Samurai being in there.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much the Black Samurai part as much as it is. I think they got a lot of pushback from like Japan itself, and they're trying to retroactively fix that kind of stuff because they did take non-historically accurate references for Yusuke
Very true.
and put them into the game, and Japan was like,
we're getting
not how this actually went down, guys.
We're getting word from our outside sources. Enigma is saying apparently only that was changed on the Japanese Steam page. If I'm
Okay, so it
understanding
is
that correct,
Japanese pressure. Gotcha.
that's crazy too. If they're just trying to change it on that front and like appease to them, it's like if you're gonna change it across the board.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have high expectations for this game anyway.
I don't think this game's coming out.
Yeah,
I don't think this game's
going to
release.
I told you it wasn't going to release. I
Yeah.
said this. This is a PP predict. I said it's not coming out. I don't think so.
Apparently, if it does release, this is like Ubisoft's swan song game. Like, this is going to determine the fate of the company. That is what I've seen in a few different articles.
Yeah,
is that internal people at Ubisoft are like, if Assassin's Creed Shadow bombs, man, I don't know if I'm gonna have a job next week. Fuck.
Seriously, I mean, with their stakes and everything, yeah, I don't know, man. It's not looking good.
Well, I mean, here is the whole thing, because alongside of this, Ubisoft also dropped that, you know, they're taking decisive steps to reshape the company and renew focus on gameplay quality. And on top of that, and this comes from game developer .com, then they also said, oh, by the way, we're appointing advisors to oversee strategic options. And this comes from GameIndustry.biz. I mean, like, hey guys, I get I asked for a lot of news. Ubisoft, you didn't have to be the one who does all of it. Like, you didn't have to, you know, but what this screams to me, right? And for anybody that doesn't know, it has been in the Guillermo family since its existence. Like, Ubisoft has been a family-run business. It has been since its inception, all the way up until now. And prior to it being handed over to the brothers, which there's 3 of them, you know, it was doing okay. Like, it was doing fine, right? And they were making money. And then it got handed over to the 3 brothers, and it's now taken a huge tank. I don't like. I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum. I mean, there's talks that Tencent is going to buy this. There's talks that, you know, Ubisoft may just get split up and they're going to bust out all of the IPs. I mean, do you think we're going to see in 6 months Ubisoft be a thing anymore?
I'll give them to the end of the year. I'm not going to say 6 months. I'll give them to the end of the year, though.
This is it's something that, with them investing this much into trying to restructure the company, I think selling is going more and more out the window. I think that's going to be like a very much last resort. And this might be wishful thinking, just because I miss Ubisoft Prime back when it was like a good game company.
Yeah, Sam Fisher, Double Agent.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we'll see. Maybe they're learning a little bit the way that Sony kind of learned with the Jimmy Rye era, that turning everything into a game as a service and pushing out yearly trash isn't going to be the play. So
I think unfortunately it's just a little too late. It's too little, too late at this. I don't see how they can right the ship enough without divesting what they have. I don't
think they have anything in their hand to do so at this point either.
Yeah.
I mean, if you assign let's say you do assign a new CEO, right? Like, the amount of so Ubisoft itself does not have the capital that it needs to basically go quiet. And Rainbow Six Siege is not going to hold the ship for long. I mean, it's held it for this long. It can't keep bailing out the water. Like you have too many holes to plug. So you bring in a new CEO, you reshape the company to and refocus on gameplay quality. Like, why the fuck was that not a fucking thing that you should be focusing on in the first place? But what do we? I mean, we're talking about at minimum. You're talking a year. A year. Can Ubisoft go a year without making any profit? Like, at all? I don't know if they can do that. Like, investors.
You're giving them 6 months.
I think they go. I think it actually could be less than 6 months. I think that they're going to have by the financial quarter, by the end of Q2, right? I think that we will see Ubisoft either completely bought by another company, and that's where they're going to get their investment money from, or everything it's closed and the IPs are sold off. I don't know.
I feel like you think they're gonna keep the name?
Keep Ubisoft? No.
Yeah, you think it's gonna go.
No,
Okay.
it'll be gone.
It's gonna be
That name. That name means shit.
That will be hard.
Yeah, right. That name means shit. It completely means shit. There's nothing now that has any weight or
It's
bearing.
tarnished. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is tarnished. Yes.
So I don't know how you.
I know me and Bill, we're both in the same boat. We just hope the best for the outcome of Rainbow Six Siege at this point. That's like.
I mean, Siege will be fine, but I think Siege will be Siege. Like, you will have
Maybe, but if it gets sold to somebody else, who knows? They could totally fuck it up even worse. I don't know.
I think that you would have the developers of Siege honestly give the option to buy it out. I think that you would have
what if it was sold to Activision?
Oh fuck.
Just as an example of a bad company it would go to. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I'm just saying that's all I can hope for.
It's just the best thing that we could hope is that those games would get bought up or brought into a place that actually cares about them, you know, because again, we look at Prince of Persia, right? Like Tony played the original. Yeah, like Prince of Persia's
Crown was so good.
A great game.
Well,
like, when was the last time we had a good Rayman game? Like, Rayman's a fucking phenomenal IP, phenomenal platform. We haven't had a good one in years, almost I think a decade. Like, you know, again, Ghost Recon. When was the last time we had a good Ghost Recon game?
Sam Fisher.
Sam Fisher, yeah. Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
You know,
Splinter Cell
like
game.
all of these games, like Ubisoft holds a fuck ton of good IPs, and they're just kind of shat away. So, you know, I don't know. It's sad, but here's hoping. So,
Thank you for checking out the patch notes. If you enjoyed this small selection from our podcast, come and join us every other Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the full, unfiltered pre-patch podcast. And make sure you check out all of our past shows on anchor.fm/prepatchpodcast.